August 30th. Users and Liars. I think that Max thought, at the conclusion of our conversation, that I rely too much on the opinions of others. This is the impression that I got from him. Well, either that or he thought I made Z suffer and endure unnecessary hardships because I took into consideration the opinion of others. Bracket. Him, specifically. End bracket. Currently, his advice to me was to pursue Z as I have been doing, headlong, except wherever our paths may lead, he advises me not to ask for advice from anyone for the next 3 months. Prior to this conversation, Max himself thought that Z was using me. He says I have convinced him otherwise, but his businessman's face just made it look like he was bored of talking about it, which was why he said he agreed. I told him this, but he said he was serious. He says that I should just firmly disregard what everybody else says and continue as I have. What makes me disbelieve him is, aside from that, he also says I should disregard what he says too. Or at least what he said in the past. This is so frustrating. If I hadn't been clear enough this far, our conversation was about the potentiality of Z using me and whether or not I should stick with him. Because of the difference between how I feel about Z and how Z feels about me. We talked quite a bit, and the whole reason I started the conversation with Max initially was because I needed to decide whether or not I would continue to see Z. I must sound so stupid repeating what I'm writing over and over. It's just weird that he says he was convinced. He didn't express that statement with as much friendly charm as he normally did. I don't know. He didn't even have his normally joking tone, which is also evidence of either boredom or exhaustion. What the hell? I've got to stop analyzing Max. This conversation was about Z. I was explaining to Max that I didn't think Z was using me because he had endured way too much for me simply for my possessions. And then I explained how I deprived him of my possessions to test my own theory. I would be less inclined to let him borrow something, and he would get upset, but we would still hang out. I told Max about the fight event that Z and I had when he got slammed. Max kept laughing, but after all the giggles were done, I explained how we made up when Z changed his tune. By changed his tune, I mean when he stopped acting mad after his cousin told him I was serious about never seeing him again. Max said it was probably because they had never seen me that mad. Max thinks I really lost control, though, when I slammed him. Maybe I did. I don't know why I'm writing that, but if I did lose control, then it's a lesson for the future. If Z wants to end a relationship, any relationship between us in the future, then all he has to do is hit me. And be serious about it. It's the most painful way, for him, but it'll get the job done. If he never wants to have to deal with me again. I was also explaining to Max what or why it was that Z was so important to me. I recall mentioning that he amuses me and interests me. He teaches me things and broadens my horizons. He inspires me and motivates me. He makes me happy, plus a bunch of other reasons I don't really care to write down. It's sort of hard to explain why he's important to me, but he is, and I wish he felt the same way. But I digress. I really can't think of what else I can or should say. Everyone that goes to non-college school is starting school today. I will also say that I might have had a lot more to say to this manifesto, but since my computer screen is messed up right now, I have to send it away for repair. The last time I sent it away, it took a couple of months, so who knows when I'll get it back. Ah well.